His Grace, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, His Grace the Archbishop of Ntagari, His Grace Archbishop Kazimba to be installed in a few minutes. His Grace the Archbishop of Canterbury, all the other religious leaders, nabo mwena abakiriza n'abatakiriza. I had written this note. I had wanted the next important person in the state to read it in case I left earlier, which would have been Right Honorable Kadaga, the Speaker. But since now I am here, I will read it because I saw you giving the religious people who are from other areas a slot. So I said, Nange Mumperizaka. I had written I could not stay until the end of the function because I had something else to attend to. Omanyi avuge gali omuka temulaba naye mulaba egali omuka etambula. Omuvugi w'egali omuka bw'amagamaga egali omuka eyinza kutomera. N'olwekyo bwe mulaba driver abuzeewo temufaayo, ali ku mulimu. But since I have been given this chance, I want to mention that, first of all, I congratulate our good friend, the former Bishop of Mityana, Bishop Kazimba, on his elevation to the high position of Archbishop. I can give witness that he did a good job in Mityana. I'm sure he will now scale up that good work in the whole of Uganda. I congratulate Archbishops Orombi and Ntagari for the contribution they made to the Church of Uganda, such as the church house. Naliwo Najiraba, church house. Temwali na nyumba, temwali na kizimbe kyammwe. Kyemujanga mu ssente. And Archbishop Orumbi started it, either finished it or nearly finished it, and Archbishop Ntagari finished it. They were threatening to take it, some banks and so on. I think also smaller people also came in and did something. So that building, I'm sure, is there now, and is firmly in our hands. Then there is a tall building opposite All Saints Church. I went there Is it a cathedral or? So this one I have seen. Those projects will help the church to be self-supporting financially. It is good that the infrastructure of the church is growing. The NRM, that's our group, right from the beginning, believes in the freedom of worship of all people. We rejected long ago narrow positions of religious chauvinism, which we believe to even be unreligious. The Bible advises us to let our light so shine before men that they see our good deeds and praise our Father in heaven. In other words, we should influence people by example. By living, by doing, we shall do more work than simply pushing forward chauvinism, narrow chauvinism. We are glad the religious authorities in Uganda and maybe groups from other countries could learn from these people. These religious leaders here and the ones who are not here, I don't know whether they followed our example or they were inspired by God separately, but they also started the Inter-Religious Council. In Uganda now, we don't have those conflicts. You don't have conflicts on behalf of God. But in the past, we had conflicts here by confused people who were saying they were acting on behalf of God to kill other people. We had conflict between Protestants and Catholics, between Christians and Muslims. Now, those are not there. We, the ordinary people, opposed them, and either separately or later, the religious people also formed the Inter-Religious Council. So there is a governance structure for all the religious groups in Uganda. So when we hear that people are fighting on behalf of God, in Syria, in those places, people are dying, and that they are dying because of God, we think that is the work of the devil. On this occasion, when the Archbishop of Canterbury is here, the other day, His Grace the Archbishop of Canterbury visited us with Mama Janet in Entebbe, and I was trying to check my doctrinal position because he's the top of the church. So I said, now that you are here, can I check a few points? Because I have been doing some work also on behalf of God. I was very active until 1965 when I disagreed with the Scripture Union and withdrew a bit. So when I saw His Grace, I said, now I checked a few points, but I don't want to divert you. And he told me what he thought. But on this occasion, when you are all gathered here, I'm very happy to see somebody from Brazil. Como está? Está bom? Very good. So, since you are all here, on this occasion, when the Archbishop of Canterbury is here, as somebody, me, who had the privilege to belong to the old religion, because me have belonged to two religions. The old religion of Africa, and also to join together with my parents in 1947, the new religion. I want to inform you my small witness, my small testimony, as somebody who belonged to the two groups, the traditional and this one here. The Africans, I want you to know, believed in one God, Ruhanga Nyamuhanga, Katonda Wobutonzi. So we believed in one God, long before the Christians came. But we also believed in ancestral spirits, emizimu, emisambwa. The traditional religion was not very clear on the issue of resurrection, in spite of believing in the mizimu or the misambwa. It is the Christian religion that brought two new value addition elements to the spirituality of the Africans of this area. Here I'm speaking authoritatively because I am from here, from the two groups. One element was the clarification of the issue of resurrection as Jesus did. This was now clarified, because before it was not very clear. But with the Christian religion, it was clear that resurrection is a certainty. This is definitely value addition to our spirituality. I'm not in the theological groups, but as an amateur, as just Nyekundire, I thought I should mention that so that our friends from outside also know this. The second element is the issue of unconditional forgiveness and elements of even loving our enemies. This was totally new. This was totally new. In our traditional religion, we believed in vengeance. When somebody does something wrong, we are to avenge. Yes, you could be forgiven, but you had to buy the forgiveness. You had to kukaraba, we call it in our language, kukaraba. You, the aggressor, you had to approach we, the victims, and we settle the blood settlement. In Luo, it is called matoput. But Christian religion taught us forgive unconditionally. Because remember, God also forgave us. But also, not only that, but also love our enemies. Because if we only love our friends, how are we different from the heathens who do the same? So I thought, as somebody who has been around the two groups, I thought I should say this. I thank you, wish you good luck. At the end of the service, Right Honorable Kadaga will make some comments on something else. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this slot. Bananga Umsana, 1 minute. My mother was from locally, and whenever there was an issue, she would say, Tuzom Mushana, let's talk in the light. Now, people in the world like shaking hands, like hugging, naye omusana gwendeese olwaleero, the musana I bring is that please, there is a very dangerous disease. That's why we're not shaking hands. We are saying, please, just wave. This disease is very contagious. You have had it spread to all countries. It doesn't kill as much as Ebola. Out of the 80,000 people who have been infected, only 3,000 have died, which is like 5%. Now, it seems the ones who die from this disease are people who have other health problems. But you know that in Uganda we have got many people with health problems. So banange ekintu ekyo sagala mirambo mingi. So please, let's do the easy way. Don't shake hands. Yesterday I was in Masaka, and the Catholic bishop there did a good thing. You know, the Catholic Church, at some stage, you shake all your hands, like Jesus did, we shake hands. But there he said, no, I wish you peace, all of you now. There was no need for shaking hands. But the good thing, yesterday in Masaka, they read a passage from the epistle to the Hebrews, which was to the effect that don't spend too much time on rituals. Go for the substance. So this shaking hands, all this, like that one, is a ritual. It's not really the religion. Me, I wanted to quote my old one passage. Muyuzange mitima gyamwe si byambalo byammwe. Rend ye your hearts, not your clothes. These rituals are just on the surface. What matters is what you believe inside you and between you and God. The commandments which you read here: love God with all your heart and all your might, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. This is the two commandments which are the base of all commandments. So please, obulwadde. Okukwatagana mu ngalo, mbalamusiza mwenna, Katonda ababeere. Olaba najjo nasubiddwa omukisa gwa Archbishop wa Canterbury namuwabidde mukono. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale.